so today is a special video. I don't usually post on Fridays over here, but we are doing the cookbook collab again with Tamara over from Southern Life, Everyday Life. We done it last month. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed getting to know some of that community that was within that cookbook collab. I was already, friends with some of them, and I got some new friends from that, so I wanted to do that again this month. So that's what we're gonna do. So today, the cookbook that we're gonna cook from, forgot to set the mood completely. Mood set. Okay, so the cookbook that I'm going to be cooking out of, if you're not new here, I just had cooked out of this a few days ago, videos ago, but it is the Amish Friends Farmhouse Favorites cookbook. Got this off Amazon. It was like $11, and I am obsessed with it. There's so many good things in here that I want to try, and so I figured we would start today with this video. So, I mean, look at this. Does that not look delicious? It is honey barbecue fried chicken. We will definitely be making that. Not today, but we will definitely be making that. Today, what we are going to do is we're going to make this broccoli casserole. Cover up the recipe. We're gonna make this broccoli casserole, and then yesterday we went out. Me and the girls was at the mall, and I ended up picking up a new farming self-sufficiency book because I'm huge into that stuff, especially here lately. The last year or so, I have really been into that. So I picked up that book, and Wendy was reading it and looking at it. She's also really into it. And then yesterday evening when I was in the kitchen making dinner, she asked me if I could make bread, and she said, not bread with garlic or cheese or anything, just bread. And I was like, what is that? So upon a further discussion, I realized that she wanted me to make homemade white bread. She wanted to see if I could make homemade white bread. I don't think I've ever made homemade white bread. Not to my knowledge, or that I can remember anyways. But sure enough, I remembered seeing a recipe. Now mine probably won't look like this, but I remembered seeing a recipe in this book for white bread. So I was like, yeah, I'll make it tomorrow. So I thought I would make a loaf of this white bread to go along with tonight's dinner. I thought that would be a really good little, side for it instead of biscuits or whatever. So we're gonna do that. However, it is not even 12 a.m. yet. Well, no, it's not even 12 p.m. yet, but with the white bread, it obviously has to sit. You gotta let it rise for 45 minutes, punch it down, let it rise again. So I think we're gonna go ahead and make the white bread, even if it gets, we get it done, which obviously we will, before it's time for dinner. I can just warm it up if need be. So we're gonna get that at least started first. And then we're also going to start our broccoli casserole, because it has to have cooked chicken. So we're gonna go ahead, and I'm just gonna toss it in the crock pot. I like the texture and the finish of chicken the best when it's cooked in a crock pot. So we're gonna toss it in the crock pot, get it done, and then we'll come back this evening and we'll finish it all up together. I did forget to mention, that this is a cookbook collab. Now I already said that, but with that being said, the playlist will be linked down below. Tamara started holding this last year. I did not jump on board until just last month, and I am really enjoying it. Like I said, enjoy the little community that's coming along with it. So make sure you go over and check out Tamaras Channel, check out the playlist, all of that. It will be linked down below. So let's go ahead and get this bread started. If you are new here, I do really quickly want to say, hello, my name is Toni. I am a mom to 4. I live in South Central Kentucky, whatever you want to call it. We're down here in Kentucky though, and we just live our little best, simple, modern homesteading. We're our own kind of people around here. I have always been the type of person that don't really fit into a mold, so to speak. So I'm just showcasing all of that here. And if you're interested in anything like that with beginner homesteading, gardening, homeschooling, shopping, see, I like to do it all. So make sure that you stick around if you're into stuff like that. We spend a lot of time in the kitchen, generally, not always here lately, but yeah, if you're into anything like that, just subscribe down below. We would love to have you join our little, very slowly but surely growing family here. Now let's get on to cooking. Okay, so really quickly, before we throw the chicken in the crock pot, we have to let the Maybe it won't fit, I'm sorry. We have to let this sit and bloom. So I figured we could let this bloom while we was getting the chicken in the crock pot, because it has to sit for 15 minutes. So perfect. We need 1/4 of a tablespoon of sugar. Right back. Okay. So, gonna get this all nice and mixed together. And then we'll get the chicken in the crock pot. Like I said, I just like the texture of it better when it is cooked in the crock pot. So, and it's less work, let's be honest. Okay, so I love cooking in the crock pot, but one of my least favorite things about cooking in the crock pot is cleaning the crock pot. So I love the liners. I almost don't want to use it if I don't have liners. That being said, this is my last one. So I like to put just a little bit of cooking oil. Then turn it on low. Yuck. I'm gonna cut off the yucky parts. Okay, so I don't want to touch them. Just because that means I would have to wash my hands again before I season them. So, yep, that was gross. It's fine. Okay, so for seasoning, we're just gonna go basic here. Some salt, and then a little bit of this sweet pepper. Figure it out. Okay. That's not actually too basic, but I just seen it there and I couldn't help myself. All right, we'll just call that good. Okay, so real quick, this has nothing to do with cooking, but I got a package. Okay, so if you are new around here, I recently got some chicks for the very first time. And of course, that meant I'm gonna have some shoes to wear specifically to take care of the chicks and the goats eventually, but well, the goats might be here pretty soon, about the time the chicks go out to the coop. Anyways, I had to buy some special shoes. You need like special shoes to take care of chickens so that you're not, you know, back and forth with bacteria and whatnot. So you know I had to have something, you know, themed. So I got these. They're so cute. Oh my goodness. Look at them. They had, I almost said rooster ones. They had goat ones too. And I had a really hard time deciding which ones I wanted. So these was like $3 cheaper. I bought these. But I'm also going to get the goat ones. Because I figure me and the girls, we wear the same size. Lily's just a little bit smaller than I am. Wendy's a little bit bigger than I am. I'm actually right in the middle. But we can share the boots. So I figured that would be great, and that gives me an excuse to buy both. So for now, I've only got to the chicken ones, but I am definitely going to get the goat ones as well. So they're so cute. I cannot wait to wear these. They also had a blue rooster one. Well, chicken. It had chickens on it, not just roosters. They had a blue one, and I thought about, you know, maybe I'll get that one too. Maybe we'll all have our own. They're great. Okay, let's get back to cooking. My yeast over here, well, it's exploding. I wasn't kidding. Okay, so obviously the yeast is good to go. The recipe is for, what was it for? 4 loaves, and I don't want to make 4 loaves. I've got 2 bread pans, a glass one and then just a metal one. So I was going to go with 1, but then I forgot and I made the entire yeast mixture. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to half the recipe for the rest of it. And then I will just get it to a doughy consistency, and fingers crossed that we can make it work. So that's what we're gonna do. I mean, I ended up losing some of it anyway, so maybe it'll even itself out if I do it that way. So I'm also hoping I got enough all-purpose flour, because I meant to buy some. It was on my list, and I was like, I don't need it. I needed it. So we're going to put in half of what it's calling for and hope for the best. I do have all-purpose. I think I even have a little bit of bread flour in there, but bread can be a little tricky in my experience, and I don't want to mess it up for nothing. So yeah, well, I made a mess. That's exactly what I needed, it seems. Anything I need for like dusting, I will have to use all-purpose or bread flour. I've got that, and then we need is conversion, because that's some hard stuff. It's supposed to be melted. Nope. I'm calling that good. Cooking videos make me miss my bar. Make me wish I would get my bar sooner. That is so crazy. Wow. We might have messed up this whole thing. Okay, y'all, we gonna be real, okay? I don't know if I done something wrong. I don't see where I could have. But this is what the dough looks like. No. So I'm gonna add just a little bit of extra yeast. I don't know if my yeast just like showed out too much and she messed this all up for me or what, but I don't know. I got a little bit of warm water here. I did sprinkle in just a little bit more of instant yeast just in case it wasn't enough. I don't know what I did, but we too far in. Okay, I'm not gonna waste this without saying I at least tried at this point. So we're gonna make it to a dough consistency and hope for the best, because right now we don't know what's going on. Like, I've read the recipe 4 or 5 different times trying to figure out where I went wrong, and I see nothing. The only thing I can think of is my yeast overactivated and it was all like bubbles. There was really no liquid in it. Maybe that messed with it. I don't know. I done the 15 minutes. It was actually like 14 minutes and 30 seconds before I started adding it. So I don't have a clue. But like I said, we too far in now. We're going to go on and act like at least we tried. Not act like, because at least we tried. Okay, so this is before I add any more water to it. I'm not sure. I think it might need a little bit more. Yeah, it's still pretty grainy down on the bottom. Just a tiny bit more. Whoop. Maybe. I don't know what it's supposed to feel like. It says knead until desired consistency. And I don't know what my desired consistency is, because I don't think I've ever made white bread. Feels good. Just a tiny bit more water, and then we'll take it to the table and knead it. Make sure it's not cold. Nope. It's not too warm, but it's not cold. Okay, so now this looks more like dough to me. We'll see. Like I said, we're running with it. We're just going to use some bread flour because we did use all of our all-purpose flour, and I didn't really want to use self-rising either. So overdo the flour because that's just what we do. Come on, get out, Betty. So now we're just going to knead it just a little bit. It's my favorite part. I don't know why. Maybe it's just like childhood and Play-Doh, but it's just my favorite. Alright, so Still not completely smooth, but it's fine. Okay, I don't want to overwork it. We're gonna put it back into this bowl and just sit it in a warm spot, covered for 45 minutes. Yeah, I pat it. I can't help it. I think everybody does it, right? I mean, do you even make bread if you don't pat it? Didn't think so. And I set a timer on the Echo, but I went upstairs and done some work, and I forgot about this. And so I just came down. It is nice and growing, so now we're supposed to just punch it down. One of my favorite parts. Supposed to just punch it down and then let it rise again for 45 more minutes. Alright, so alright, so we got our loaf pans here. I set a timer on my watch, and yet again, wasn't down here in time. So it is what it is. It's fine. We was working. I had it covered. So now, since I only made enough for 2, which I can't imagine doing enough for 4 loaves, that it would actually even fit in my mixer here. Take my ring off.
Hello.
And then we put it into our pans. Think it's gonna look like white bread? What do you think? You smell it? It smells good, doesn't it? Yep. Okay, so this is what they look like. No, they don't look right, but it's fine. We gonna eat it anyway. This one's the closest. I think that I messed it up. The last rise afterwards, and I punched it down. I think I got too excited. I don't think I was supposed to punch it down. Maybe that would have helped. We definitely gonna try again because we gonna get this. It's not gonna win. It did win this time, but we'll probably still eat this. No big deal. We'll cut into it later on when it cools and give it a try. I'm pretty sure it'll be good, hopefully. So we got this done. Now we're gonna go on and get the other started. It is definitely not quite time to eat yet, but I figure I'll go ahead and make it. It seems like a meal that will be really easy. And my hair's a mess, but it seems like it'd be a meal that's just really easy to just heat up and eat whenever we're ready to eat it. That way, when John gets home from work and then we have to go out and work, if we do go work on the shed some, I can just heat it up afterwards. So that's a win.
She also has a black and white one.
The girl version of Where's Waldo.
She has a black and white one too. Hello.
She looks like she should
She's already with it before.
be able to teach lectures or something. She's not moving. Kobe.
Come on.
She likes so cute. Alrighty. So I did read through this recipe really fast, but I didn't read completely. And you have to put mayonnaise in it. If y'all know John, there ain't no way I'm gonna put mayonnaise in it. So what I'm going to do is, instead of mayonnaise, you're supposed to put a cup of mayonnaise. I'm just going to put a little bit of heavy whipping cream. I guess the mayonnaise is probably just for the creaminess aspect of it. So we're going to have to change it from day one. So it's fine. We're going to go ahead and grease our dish. I'm only making a little bit of this because me, John, and Nolan pretty much be the only people that eat it. So everybody else can eat. Everybody else can eat the chicken I made, just without the stuff added to it. So said you can steam the broccoli, but I don't want to do that. So I'm just gonna chop some up here and line the bottom of the dish with it, and then we'll do the rest. I think that's what you're supposed to do. Yeah, cover the bottom of it with broccoli. So.
On.
I thought about adding some like corn or something to it too.
Ew.
I might end up still doing that. Don't you ew it? Corn is wonderful.
I don't like.
You don't like hardly nothing. You do like broccoli though, don't you? So would you eat this? If I didn't add corn to it? It's broccoli casserole. It's broccoli, chicken, and cheese.
Oh yeah. I would eat with corn. Just add corn.
You don't like corn? I can make a side of corn. It's fine.
Are you sure?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Hey. My coffee ain't too pretty. No. Man. Ooh, the whipped cream.
The mayonnaise, the lemon juice, and the salt. We're not using the mayonnaise. This is one of the ones that I've seen quite a few people hauling. We've never tried it, but it is the cream of chicken with herbs. You're actually supposed to use cream of chicken or mushroom. Well, I didn't notice that. But anyway, I cannot stand mushrooms. They're just disgusting. So, you like them? Whatever. John actually does like them. I do not. So, we skip those. Daddy likes mushrooms, yeah. Wendy, do you see the lemon juice in there? It's either in there or in the pantry unopened. So, I think I'm just going to do about 1/4 of a cup of the heavy cream. Just mix it around in here and get a little bit more of the soup out of it. You see it, baby? It's like the shape of a lemon. I think it's in the middle cabinet. Oh, well, my bad. You know how my mind works?
I doubt it.
Ew. And then we need, could use vinegar. I was doing a little squirt of this. I'm afraid to use 2 teaspoons of it.
Look at it. So
Yep,
cute.
they ended up being good, didn't they?
Yup.
And then we need salt. You find me the salt, Lily? How much just one of these breasts does for us? Because I made 3 in the crock pot. I wasn't even thinking earlier. I don't know why I got a knife. I expected it to be less done, but it was completely done. Anyways, earlier when I was, cooking the chicken, I wasn't thinking that I had a whole slew of children that wouldn't eat this. So, but I've only got 2 that won't eat it. Nolan will eat it, Lily will eat it. So I might end up taking out another one of those chicken breasts. See, I like how pretty it is and how good it shreds up when you cook it in the crock pot. Yeah, I'm definitely going to get another one. I'll get the smallest one, which is you, I think. Whoop. We dropped her. It's okay. Perfectly fine. If I keep it up, we're going to be at 1 cup of heavy whipping cream, but I just want it to be a little bit more of a pourable consistency. Tonight, and I've not made anything in a while, so I just threw together some brownies. No big deal or nothing. So just some box brownies, and then I put peanut butter on like 1/3 of them, left 1/3 of them plain, and then added Nutella to the other 1/3. So just a little bit of variety. Okay. Now the recipe says to add cheese slices. I don't have no real cheese slices, so I'm just going to top it with some shredded cheddar here.
Ew.
All right.
Ew, cream of chicken.
Gosh. I am going to go ahead and just use a few of these Velveeta cheese singles just because I think they taste delicious and it might help. And it's not going to hurt it. I know that. So, I'm going to add a little bit of this. Not fully covering it because I don't want to waste a bunch of cheese. And then, it's already got a bunch of cheese on it. So, just going to do this a little bit. All right, these go back in the refrigerator. And then now, we just add some breadcrumbs. This is just panko that we have in the cabinet. You just spread it on top a little bit. My guess is this is just to give it a little bit of a crunch. We do a, what is it? A cheesy chicken casserole, sort of like this, with Ritz crackers, and it is delicious. What? Probably just all the different scents roaming together up in here. All right, and then we'll bring you back whenever it's done. The brownies have 2 minutes, and then I'll switch them out.
Whenever you're down, out in the cold, faithless and dark, your story's untold. Come take my hand and walk there with me. I know a place where we can be free. There is a light shining for you, guiding your way, helping you through. When shadows and gloom are all that you see, we'll find a place where we can be free. From the mountain top down to the deepest valley, hear a voice calling you. It's the rising sun, shining in the darkest alley. Can't you see you will be free?
Alright guys, and that's going to be it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed hanging out with us and just spending some time in the kitchen, failing a little bit, but it is delicious. So thank you for watching. Make sure that you check out the playlist down below. And if you're not part of our family, make sure that you join it if you enjoy videos like this. And as always, remember to show grace, be content, and live blessed. Until next time, bye guys.